sprawling right in the middle of the couch like he'd just conquered a kingdom. His eyes met mine, and I swear they said, "A human, you may stay in my house if you behave."
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you don't know me yet, I'm Eileen. Today's episode is close to my heart because it's inspired by someone who's been a constant source of comfort, wisdom, and a little chaos in my life. My little cat, Harry. Now, Harry isn't any cat. He's a British Shorthair with a personality bigger than his fluffy little body. And somehow, this tiny furball has taught me some of the most profound lessons about life. Lessons about freedom, joy, and what is the meaning of just to exist. I want to share some of Harry's wisdom with you, wrapped up with everyday stories of our life together. Think of this episode as a warm chat between friends about the things our pets teach us, often without us even realizing. The moment Harry came into my life 2 years ago, he made it clear who was in charge. Picture this, a tiny fluffy kitten walking into my living room, seizing up the couch and then sprawling right in the middle of the couch like he'd just conquered a kingdom. His eyes met mine, and I swear they said, "A human, you may stay in my house if you behave." At first I was stunned. Who does this little guy think he is? But then as I got to know him, I realized Harry wasn't being difficult. He was just being authentically Harry. He didn't care about pleasing anyone or following rules that didn't make sense to him. Harry's freedom wasn't about rebellion. It was about owning who he was. And watching him, I started to think, when was the last time I let myself live like that? How often do we let the weight of expectation pull us away from what we truly want? Harry reminded me that freedom doesn't mean breaking all the rules. It means creating a life that feels like you. So one of Harry's favorite things to do is lounge in the sunniest spot in the house. Bellies up, paws stretched, completely at peace. Sometimes he'll stare out the window at the birds, and other times he's just there. No agenda, no distraction. Just Harry and the sunlight. So one day I decided to join him. I made a cup of tea, sat beside him on the floor, and tried to match his calm energy. But while Harry was already snoring softly, I was sitting there thinking about emails I hadn't sent, errands I had to run, and a million other things that couldn't wait. That's when it hit me. Harry wasn't trying to live in the moment. He just did. He wasn't worried about what had happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. He was fully present in the now. And in the moment, he taught me something so simple yet hard to practice. Life is happening now, this moment, not in the past. We can't change the future. We can't predict. So just here in the little moment of sunlight and quiet. Harry also has this way of making even the simplest things seem special. One time I watched him prepare to jump from the coffee table to the couch. He paused, tilted his head, and assessed the distance like an Olympic athlete about to perform a gold medal leap. Then with the most elegant little hop, he landed perfectly and flicked his tail like it was no big deal. Meanwhile, I'm over here tripping on flat surface. That moment stuck with me though, because it made me realize Harry doesn't rush through life. Even his smallest movement have a sense of grace and purpose. I started to wonder, what if we approach life the same way? Instead of rushing through our days, what if we treated the little things, making coffee or folding the laundry, walking to work, with care and intention? Harry taught me that life isn't just about where we're going, it's more about how we move through the journey. Right? Harry is a master of solitude. He'll spend hours tucked away in his favorite hiding spot, completely content in his own world. Sometimes I peek in on him and thinking, does he even miss me? But just when I'd start to feel ignored, Harry would surprise me. He'd quietly jump onto the desk, nudge my hand with his head, and let out a little meow, meow, meow. It's his way of saying, I'm here, I see you. That's when I realized Harry doesn't need constant attention to feel loved, and he doesn't give it out of obligation. He knows when to be alone and when to reconnect. And in that balance, he's taught me something beautiful about relationships. It's okay to enjoy your own company. It's okay to take a step back. But when you show up for someone, make sure make it meaningful. So, what's the philosophy of cats? It's this: be unapologetically yourself, live in the moment, find beauty in the ordinary, and remember that love doesn't have to be loud. It can be soft, simple, and deeply felt. Harry may just be a chubby little cat, but he's left paw prints all over my heart and taught me more about life than I ever expected. Maybe we all need to take a page from Harry's book. Let the sun warm your face, take your time with things, and don't forget to stretch every now and then. Life doesn't have to be as complicated as we make it. Thank you for joining in today and letting me share a little piece of Harry with you. If you have got a furry philosopher in your life, I'd love to hear about them. Send me a message below, and if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share, or leave a review. So until the next time, I'm Eileen, reminding you to slow down, be present, maybe, just maybe, live a little more like a cat. Meow.